Hi guys, I'm Mr Carr and I'm here to show you how to use different collage techniques to make a cubism piece of art. So what you're going to need for this, some coloured paper, some newspaper, a magazine, some acrylic paints and a very strong cup of coffee. Now I'll show you the first one, coloured paper, nice and easy. We're just going to make simple cuttings off the paper. You can cut it up into triangles, and then these are going to create nice block sections onto our cubism art. The same goes for the newspaper, so just cut up triangles and then that can be really good to stick down and give a little bit of texture. Now if I'm coming over to here, you can see with the acrylic paints, we just need to use some nice quality paper, and it can be a bit of scrap if you like, and we're just going to mix the colours up, make it nice and strong, and I'm going to paint it on. Do remember, you need to let this dry before you cut it up and use it like you would do with the coloured paper. So block colours, you could even add a little bit of texture. Why don't I just start mixing them in? That could create a nice outcome. And let that dry before you start cutting into it. The final one is the coffee stained paper, and again this is a nice strong cup of coffee. I'm just going to use a paintbrush to put it on, and I'm just going to lavish that paper in the coffee. Again, make sure that it's dry before you start cutting it up. I'm going to leave some sections of coffee thicker than others, and you'll notice I put a piece of paper down underneath to stop my table getting dirty. So you can see for the objects which I'm going to draw in the cubism art, I've got a variety of different textures and materials in there. So I've gone for a bottle, which is a classic object you would find in a piece of cubism art. I've gone for some metal surfaces, I've got a bit of wood, I've even got this lovely plate which has got a design on it, which would be really nice to draw with my fine liner pens and add a bit of detail to my artwork. So for my cubism drawing, what I want to do is fracture the image by drawing lines all over the page, which will help distort the original objects which I'm going to draw. For this bit, all you're going to need is a ruler, a pencil and your sketchbook or a piece of paper. So I want to start out by drawing these fragmented lines. This is going to help with the composition of my cubism piece. You can see the lines are overlapping each other. And then once I'm happy, I'm going to start drawing on my objects. So of course you can make them 3D or you can make them 2D. Give a variety of different objects into there. Add some with detail, add some that are just plain. I'm going for the detailed plate in the middle, and I'm just gradually building up the shapes, positioning where everything needs to go. Some of my objects are recognizable, others are not. Now I'm starting to add the collage, so you can see I'm sticking down the block colored first, and I'm going to build up my layers of collage one by one, filling in sort of squares and triangles, trying to make it look like some of the historic cubism artwork. Cut the shapes down to size, make sure that they are somewhat following your fragmented lines, that way it will create a better final outcome. Newspaper works really well because it's already got the detail of the text in the design, and I'm even sticking it over my objects, knowing that I can bring the objects back to life by drawing on top of the collage. You can see I'm adding in the coloured paper as well, so this was the acrylic painting which I'm just going to put onto that plate. I'm going to add small triangles. I'm even going to start adding in some tonal shading. So tonal shading, now got a thick fine liner which I'm drawing in some bold black shapes. I'm even going to paint a few of them on as well. So you can see here I'm painting a nice bright blue to match the acrylic collage that I stuck on earlier. Now at this point I'm just making up different patterns and shape and styles to go inside of my shapes, and of course I can use a little bit of paint blending as well. So I'm just giving a whole range of different medias into this piece, and then the final stage is going into it via fine liner pen. So this is where you really want to bring out the detail, you want to show off your artistic skills. And you can keep working on that until you're satisfied with the final outcome. Make sure it's got plenty of detail and collage on there, and experiment as much as you can. Good luck everyone, let's see how you get on.